gaming industry has never been shy of controversies. Whether it's the indication that they could cause violence, which was highly prevalent throughout the 90s and 2000s, or something more specific, like the Gamergate scandal, in which thousands of people tried to gatekeep gaming from those that they deemed as a threat to it. There's always something new coming up after a couple of years. In recent times, there have been growing concerns for many gamers that the industry is becoming too woke, as we are beginning to see more diversity in video games. The diversity in question includes race, gender, and other kinds of inclusion, such as sexual orientations of characters in games. It appears that now, people who believe that video games are becoming too woke have found a singular target to focus their attention on, which is the SweetBaby Inc studio. If you haven't heard that name before, it's a Canadian narrative development and consultation studio that's involved in providing feedback, reference, and script writing services for many major AAA studios over the last couple of years. And the reason that they've become a target of Gamergate-like hate campaign is because of numerous factors, which are related to both their story-related decisions in the games that they've worked on, and the CEO of the company, whose personal opinions are extremely controversial. So what is the history of SweetBaby Inc? What exactly is the controversy about? And is any of it true, or are people overreacting? Let's take a deeper look and answer these questions. SweetBaby Inc was founded in 2018 in Montreal, Ubisoft, and it consists of several former Ubisoft developers, which includes the CEO Kim Belair and COO David Bedard. According to the CEO, she founded the company after seeing that the video game industry lacked strong female roles and had a lack of representation for marginalized groups as well. The goal of the studio was to give equal opportunities to women and minorities in video games, which meant that the roles that such characters would play would be bigger than just safe representation. And thus, the narrative consultation that they offer is related to it in many cases. As of this month, they have a total of just 16 employees. Their notable involvements include things like script writing for Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, Alan Wake 2, God of War Ragnarok, Goodbye Volcano High, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Gotham Knights, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. In their future projects, Marvel's Wolverine is a big name that they are providing story consultation for. SweetBaby Inc is under fire right now for everything that I just described that they are meant to be. It's no secret to anyone that there is a vocal majority of fans in every entertainment-related industry, such as video games, comic books, movies, and more, who strongly hate the idea of organized diversity. Now, it's not to say that they automatically hate any character who isn't straight or white, because a lot of fan-favorite pieces of media do contain diverse leads, and there have been no backlashes around those. But when the topic of including diversity in an organized manner comes up, millions of people oppose it as they see it as an attempt of going woke. A part of that is essentially a fear that normalcy would be erased from the medium, while generally it is seen as a drop in quality as well, especially when it's included in works that already existed for decades. For example, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League came under fire for its story, as its diverse cast of characters humiliate and kill members of the Justice League in less than favorable ways. That includes Harley Quinn shooting and killing Batman at point-blank range, while trying to imply that he's almost as bad as the Joker due to the physical injuries he has inflicted on criminals. Naturally, this caused an uproar, since in the Arkhamverse, Harley Quinn is a person who has poisoned children for fun, so her moral policing of a hero is laughable. And that is just one part of the problem here. The other major controversy here is related to Alan Wake 2, as one of the lead characters in the game was changed to a black person, although back in 2015, a white woman was cast to represent her. Granted, the character was merely a cameo back in 2015 and had no personality, so it's not a big shock that they chose to go with a different actress when they finally conceptualized and wrote the character for a major role in Alan Wake 2. But the fact that she's black, and because SweetBaby Inc is involved, it has become controversial. Last but not least, the CEO of SweetBaby Inc, Kim Belair, has been pretty vocal about her hatred towards white people over the years, which even includes time after the studio was already founded. For example, her tweets have targeted white males, white gamers, white couples, and at one point, she even made a joke about a white person being killed and how she would have posted it if it wasn't against the rules of Twitter. It's obvious that something like this being said by the CEO of a company is not going to be taken lightly and reflects very poorly upon their reputation overall. And when the company is already doing something that is seen as controversial, which is adding more wokeness to video games, then people are going to react strongly. So that's what started this controversy to begin with, and it is frankly getting out of hand. What's happening now? As you'd expect, the company's goal and history has led to hate campaigns being launched against both the company itself and its employees. In what is being described as Gamergate 2.0, there are thousands of death threats, rape threats, and hate mail being sent to the studio, which even includes attempts to dox the employees that work there. The goal of this harassment campaign is to ensure that companies refuse to work with SweetBaby Inc in the future. So, is any of it justified? Well, that's a complicated thing to answer. First of all, doxing and harassing people on a personal level is never the right thing to do. You can voice your anger and hatred towards the work of people without being personal towards them. After all, this is about an entertainment medium. So, poor writing should lead you to refusing to buy the games, not trying to find the house address of the people who worked on them. Secondly, it does seem that there is some merit to SweetBaby Inc possibly ruining the quality of the writing of some games. But that's not because they suggested adding a black person to the game or suggested that a female character should be given a bigger role, but rather because the storyline of games like Gotham Knights, Spider-Man 2, and Suicide Squad simply aren't as good as they should have been, and it's clear that the industry should focus on getting better writers. The race of the characters doesn't matter, but their dialogue, what happens in the story, and things like making Harry Venom instead of Eddie Brock are what causes the quality to dip. And that's everything that you need to know about SweetBaby Inc and all the controversies surrounding this studio. Do let us know in the comments below what you think about the situation, and whether you think SweetBaby Inc should remain in the industry or if they should go away for good.